This year it feels like both of the conferences are sort of wide open to a certain extent. There's a lot of kind of everyone's pretty close. Is there anyone in the West in particular that you've been impressed by, maybe even like a little bit surprised by, either like a team or a player?
Team or a player in the West that I've been surprised by. I mean, I think honestly, just like how Jamal Murray's came back from injury. I mean, I think that he's looked good given the fact that he's missed so many games, and Denver's always been good near the top of the standings, and I think that he's somebody that kind of takes them into a different category. Luka's been huge, but no James Harden like type numbers. But I think they losing Jalen Brunson hurt a lot. And missing another playmaker out there, it's a lot for Luka to have to carry that load night in and night out. Sacramento's been good. Offensively, they got a bunch of guys making shots and playing well. So, I mean, the West, like you said, it's just weird. I mean, because going into the season, everybody's saying Clippers, Golden State again. I mean, New Orleans is obviously.
Well, hold on. Everybody except Tommy. Everybody except Tommy.
Tommy, you a hater, bro? What's up with you?
He had you guys in 7th in the West. Seventh. How crazy is that?
How crazy is Tommy? Hold on, Desmond. You know what's crazy?
Can you tell me why? Can you tell me why, please?
Yes, Tommy.
Yeah,
please tell him why.
I'll tell you exactly why. Because
cool.
I knew you guys were really good, and I knew what was going to happen, which was all these teams were going to be. Everybody was going to be separated by like 2 or 3 games. And I wanted to pick a surprising team, so I picked New Orleans higher. I picked New Orleans, I think either 5th or 6th. And I basically, I should have picked you guys. I don't regret picking Golden State 1. I should have picked you guys 2. I had Denver 2, which actually holds up well. I think what's funny though, because JJ just did this to me literally a week ago with Fred, is every time he makes a dumb fucking call on the show, I shut up and I don't say anything. And anytime we have someone on the show where I say something, he makes sure to bring it up. So you know what? Like,
Tommy, it's fine.
I will say,
I will admit when I'm wrong. I was
completely wrong, and I will also say that his fandom has passed over to me because you guys are objectively the most fun team to watch in the league. Not just because of how you play, but the talking. Like that was the case last year, but it's also the case this year.
But part of this though, Tommy, part of the reason I was like very bullish on the Grizzlies. By the way, I loved Anthony Melton, and I did think that was going to hurt you guys losing him. But part of the reason I was bullish was because of the playoffs last year, and not only that, like keep in mind, Ja was hurt, Desmond was hurt, and they still had a very competitive series against the Warriors. When did your back start hurting? Because I actually brought up your splits from the playoffs last year, and I want to point this out because it was Minnesota series. You averaged 23.5. Your counting stats were good. Your floor game was good. 50% from the field, 49% from 3. And then you sort of dropped off. Your shooting was still good. You still shot 48% from 3, but it was 14 a game. And in watching it, you clearly weren't moving correctly.
It was crazy. Like, so game 1 of the Golden State game, but first off, it was crazy. Obviously, Golden State handled business in the Denver series, 3-1 or 4-1, whatever it was. So we finished at like 10 o'clock on Saturday night or Friday night, and we played Golden State in an early game on Sunday. So we basically had 36 hours to recover after a series. Our first series that we won, we won it on the road in Minnesota, so I had to travel back. And I go into that first game, and everybody was kind of just, we're trying to muscle up the energy. Obviously, it's another series to kind of turn the page. In the first play of the second half, I come just to do a normal mid-range jump shot. And it's like I planted, instead of playing on my toes, I kind of missed my footing and planted on my heels. And I just felt like my back just crunched. And I finished the game, and then I wake up the next morning, and I kid you not, I wish I could show y'all a picture. I'll text to you after this. But my spine is it's curved. Like I'm standing up, and it's like half of my body's this way and the other half is like straight. I'm calling the trainers like, yo, like something's up with me. Like, I think I broke my back. And as soon as they saw the picture, they're like, you got to get an MRI right away. And I got the MRI, and basically I had a herniated disc in my back. And it was like the way my body was trying to cope with it, it was getting away from the disc. And I had like a lateral shift. So like I thought I was out. I thought my season was over. Like I thought I was done. And obviously, you know, they give you all type of medicine and all that stuff. And I felt good enough to play. So I played in like game 2, game 3. I didn't really, like, I was just out there almost like a decoy, you know, and then game 4, 5, and 6 is when I kind of started feeling like myself again, pushing the ball in transition, being able to run. But there for like 2 or 3, 4 or 5 days, whatever it was, my back was like locked up.
I've had many back problems, like the fact that you even played.
Yeah.
As always, thank you for listening to the show. Please subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Wondery, wherever you listen to your podcast. We appreciate you guys.